So hey guys, today once again we're going through all of the new cards, and for some reason also here Time Seal and Blow Up Bulb. Hmm, not really high priority in my opinion, these two cards, but all right. So we have Arcana Force X, the Chaos Ruler. This requires 3 Arcana Force monsters with different names. So off the bat, if I'm just looking at this card, if we only got this card, I would just be simply thinking, damn, this card is completely unplayable. So you need to have 3 Arcana Force monsters somehow. Well, if we're just thinking about the old ones, I can't think of any of them that actually summon another Arcana Force monster. So, alright, I think I could only manage to get maybe 2. We're talking about in archetype cards here. But alright. Heads, special summon a level 10 Arcana Force monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which simply means, at minimum, this will be a turn skip if it lands on heads. If it lands on tails, add 1 card from your deck to your hand that has a coin tossing effect, including a level 10 Arcana Force monster. Interestingly enough, they don't actually have a summoning condition, the cards I'm thinking of, right? So the world could be Monster Reborn back, and then you just resolve the effect, assuming you land on heads. So I think ideally you would want the field spell to rig the coin flip so you don't have to do a coin flip. You just choose the effect. If we were able to do that, we could choose to special summon the world and then have the world at minimum tribute itself and Chaos Ruler. And then that would turn skip, and then you're 1 OTK away from winning the duel. Probably. I guess if your opponent's playing like exactly Yubel, Spirit of Yubel would prevent this, unless you set up some sort of negate, which you could still also do. And then we have some new Gladiator Beast. Interesting. 5 Gladiator Beast monsters must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards from your field and or graveyard into the deck/extra deck. Oh, that seems pretty nice for Gladiator Beast, just in general. Like, for example, if they released Thunder Dragon support, just imagine a Thunder Dragon fusion where you can just shuffle back your Vanish cards or something. That'd be just pretty nice in general, even if the effect wasn't like too great. Anyway, if summoned this way, you can conduct your next battle phase twice. Wait, what? Oh, must first be special summoned. It can still be special summoned other ways afterwards. Okay. Soft once per turn if your opponent activates a... The first effect is not hard once per turn. And it doesn't say unique Gladiator Beast. Noted. Soft once per turn if your opponent activates a monster effect, except during the damage step, you can activate the following effect depending on whose turn it is. Yours, special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck. Opponent, special summon a level 11 or lower Gladiator Beast from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. That's probably every Gladiator Beast, I'm assuming, aside from Claudius. But you cannot summon the linked ones either, which I don't think really matters. I think you want to summon this one anyways. Domitanius. And if this gets outed or whatever, that's fine, because we can just summon a Claudius and put this back. And then, yeah, we can just summon it again, right? And actually, now that I think about it, can't Claudius shuffle itself back to meet its own summoning condition, allowing for you to have like a little bit of a resource loop going here? Just a lot of recycling, alright. DD count Surveyor. Once per turn, if you pendulum summon a triple D monster, you can target 3 monsters your opponent controls with the same type or attribute as each other tribute 2 of those 3 face-up monsters. And third one gains the attack defense the tribute monsters had on the field. That effect's okay, I guess. You can discard 1 other DD monster, special summon this card from your hand. Oh, that effect's a lot better. This card is normal. Special summon, you can add 1 DD monster with 0 attack or defense from your deck turn. Okay. Now this is starting to go a little crazy. And by making this not every card, this makes it less generically abusable. That's something I've noticed about DD is that they don't want you abusing them too hard with non-like DD cards. Alright, Light Force. Once per turn during your standby phase, if Light Barrier is not in your field zone, you have to toss a coin. The following effects are negated until your standby phase. Until your next standby phase. What? If Tails, the following effects are negated. Okay. Any monsters you control gain 300 attack, defense. Not relevant for like anything. You can discard one card, add two Arcana Force monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. And then you are also Arcana Force locked. Hmm. Is there even a negate here? Can we even do anything about Spirit of Yubel if we're playing pure Arcana Force? Like, so far, I'm not seeing a way. Maybe we will later. Lavian Coliseum of the Gladiator Beast. Discard a card, add a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, that's generically usable as well. Depends if you get Gladiator Beast locked later, though. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. Oh, that effect's pretty annoying for reasons. During then phase, if a Gladiator Beast monster was special summoned from your deck this turn, you can set one Gladiator trap from your deck. So the issue still seems like, from what I know, Glad Beasts need a battle phase, and yeah, that's it. That's the problem. So all right, next we have, oh yeah, this guy is new, isn't he? Gladiator Beast Darius. Darius? Hmm. Pronunciation. What a struggle. Darius. During your opponent's battle phase, Gladiator Beast monster control cannot be disrupted by ball or effects linked to generic. If this card is linked summon, you can special summon a level 4 lower Gladiator Beast monster and or graveyard. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon one Gladiator Beast monster from your deck instead. And or graveyard deck instead. You can give your opponent a monster technically, but alright. Also, for the rest of this turn, you can only use Gladiator Beast monsters as link material. But you can still make things that aren't Gladiator Beasts. So technically, using Darius, you could climb into just anything, really. You'd make Apollosa. I guess it has to be a somewhat generic link monster that you have to make. Since these guys are beast. So, I mean, interesting. But as I recall, you probably would want to play with Red Brigade cards, probably. So, alright. I already covered Time Seal and Glow Bulb a little bit in a different video, but in general, Time Seal, too slow, and I think it was like Life Force Sword that exists. Don't know why you'd play this. Glow Up Bulb. If this card is in your graveyard, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card, you still have to get the bulb into the graveyard, which is still like not exactly great in my opinion. And this card's like not that good in hand, not that useful in my opinion, so it's like eh. And we have like cards like Gauss the Star Beast anyways. Anyway. Number S37, Spider Shark. You can also XYZ summon this by using number 37 Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark you control. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one monster your opponent controls, bash it. And if you do any monsters they currently control, lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. Bash it until their next standby phase. That doesn't count as a special summon, so that's something. And there is not a single hard once per turn, so technically if I summon multiple Hope Woven Dragon Spiders, I can convert them into Spider Sharks. And then dissolve both effects. Okay. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, because this XYZ summon card was destroyed and sent there this turn, you can special summon it. Well, even if you do special summon this back, this doesn't have this effect anymore because you still have to detach to do this unless you can attach something to this later. Which you might be able to do actually, right? Yeah, I think so. Titanic Galaxy. Number S38. XYZ summon this card by using number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy you control. Gains 200 attack for each material attached to it once per turn. You target up to 2 spell traps your opponent controls attached to this card as material. Either player can activate those cards with their effects. In response to this effect's activation, you detach one material from this card until the end of the turn. This card's original attack becomes 1,500. Also, it can attack directly. So, a lot going on here, actually. But first off, with this effect, neither player can activate those cards or their effects in response to this effect's activation, meaning if I were to summon Titanic Galaxy, priority, like, that doesn't exist like it does in, like, old Yu-Gi-Oh! So, we can easily just throw one of our back row at this, and then it's kind of dealt with. The attack gain only matters because of this effect. I mean, this card is purely, I'd say, somewhat additive, so it's not really a problem or anything like that. I don't know if I would, like, put that in my extra deck, though, necessarily. But alright. The Hierophant. Alright. You can discard this card. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when an Arcana from a monster is summoned to your field. That would mean if I were to be activating, like, just an Arcana Force monster's effect to search or something, you wouldn't be able to respond to it. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty good for both going first and second, honestly, just in general. I mean, you can still do things to those cards in an open game state with something like, let's say, a DPE, for example, just some form of removal. Okay. Special summon one level 4 or lower Arcana Force monster from your deck with a different name from the monsters you control and in your graveyard. Okay. Yeah, I'll special summon one Arcana Force monster from your deck to your opponent's field. Well, that's something. The Sun. If a card that has a coin tossing effect is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of the Sun once per turn. So hard once per turn. This card is summoned, toss a coin. Destroy all cards in your spell trap zones. No, in the spell and trap zones. Set one spell from your deck that has a coin tossing effect. So that would allow you to set Light Force or Arcana Reading or Light Barrier. All useful. If I recall correctly, I don't think there was a way to actually search any of your spells. You just kind of had to hard open them. The only thing that kind of searched, I believe, was Arcana Reading. Huh. Arcana Reading can grab you Cup of Ace if you specifically land on heads. Well, okay. The downside of this card is insane, though. Your opponent adds one card from the deck to their hand. Yeah. Anyway. Gladiator Beast Gistle. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can shuffle this card into the deck. Special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, except for Gistle. Okay. You can reveal this card and one Gladiator Beast monster in your hand. Special summon both. So this immediately allows you to make the Link 2, and then the Link 2 can bring back one of the guys, make some sort of Link 3. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, that probably includes itself, I guess. This will add a Gladiator spell trap. So this is obviously setting up some sort of combo, I guess, because it also allows you to grab Flavian here. Interesting. Scale Surveyor. During the standby phase, you can target up to 2 cards in the pendulum zones. Their pendulum skills become 0 until the end of this turn. What? Why? What? How's this useful? Okay. If you control a DD pendulum monster card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Well, yeah, that's useful in general. You don't really have DD cards that do this, but alright. This card is normal or special summoned. Make it level Or if this card is sent to the graveyard or add to the extra deck face up. And target one DD pendulum monster card you control, return it to the hand. When it says specifically DD pendulum monster card, I think this might include the back row. Is that not the point of that effect? And the first effect, does that refer to perhaps a pendulum monster as well? Like a card just in the scale? Real quick, let's take a look and see what this says. When a monster card your opponent controls activates its effect, this sucks up back row, and that's his monster card. So honestly, kind of unclear. So technically, if that counts as a monster card, then this should count it as a monster card at the very least, and they are definitely pendulum. So yeah, BD pendulum monster card. Yeah, I guess it does count if you just scale a card, but you wouldn't just scale a card because that would stop you from being able to use Gilgamesh. But you could use this to bounce back like a Griffin and then special summon Griffin, right? Or the other guy, right? You could add Surveyor to your hand and then special summon it. Or you could even do Surveyor, probably? It doesn't say except for itself or anything like that. Well, okay then. Extra Surveyor. If a face-up monster card your opponent controls is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can target one DDD monster you control, banish 2 cards from your pendulum zone. If you do, that monster can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. During each battle phase this turn? So you're saying if there is another battle phase this turn, we would get another attack in that battle phase. Wow, this wording is freaky. Alright. You can discard this card. Add one face-up DD pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except for extra Surveyor. Interesting. If this card is banished, you can banish the top cards of your opponent's deck equal to the number of face-up pendulum monsters in their extra deck. Then you make one DD monster you control gain 200 attack for each card banished. Well, if they have no pendulum monsters face up, then this effect does genuinely nothing. Okay. Aside from this specific effect here, this card looking pretty useless, honestly. Well, okay then. Revelation of Hope. Send one face-up level 8 monster you control to the graveyard, special summon a rank 8 Dragon XYZ monster from your extra deck, and this is treated as an XYZ summon. Well, I'm not really sure what targets this has, but I think Hope Harbinger is a target. Right? And then you rank up into that as well. I mean, this card's not really searchable, so weird. Galaxy Journey. Special summon one of your banished light or dark monsters. Already sounding crazy. Alright, if a face-up XYZ monster you control is banished while this card is in your graveyard, except during the nearest step, you banish this card, then target one of those monsters, special summon it. Well, this card's just good in general, like... Oh, okay. Special summoning one of your banished light or dark monsters? Like, I wouldn't really cry about being able to do that. Flippin' Feline. Now we're talking. Alright, if this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you can special summon it in face-down defense position. After this card was flipped face up, if a monster is sent from the hand and or deck to your graveyard while this card is in the monster zone, you target one of them, special summon it in face-down defense position. Oh, you know what? This is actually kind of fun. I like this. Yeah, alright. You know what? Test Bear. If you control a Gladiator Beast monster special summon from the deck / extra deck, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Test Bear once per turn this way. You can tribute this card, then shuffle one Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or face a field into the deck / extra deck, special summon up to 2 Gladiator beast monsters from your deck. This is treated as a special summon by a gladiator beast monster effect, so that would trigger the gladiator beast effects, I guess. Hmm. Shuffle a guy and summon two guys. Okay. Goddess of the two sides. Oh, that sounds like a flip monster. The coin flip kind. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one monster from your deck to and that has a coin tossing effect, except for Goddess of the two sides. So this would allow you to add an Arcana Force monster, I believe, right? During your main phase, you can toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, double the attack of all monsters you currently control until the end of this turn. If you call it wrong, send as many monsters you control to the graveyard as possible, and if you do, draw one card. Wait, that effect's not that bad, is it? You can just draw a card or nothing. Assuming I start my turn with Gods of the two sides, I just normal summon it, right? Huh. Arcana's red. Toss a coin and apply this effect of light barriers in your field zone. You can choose the effect instead. Heads. Special summon a level 4 or lower Arcana Force monster from your deck. Tails. Special summon one monster that has a coin tossing effect from your graveyard. Uh, okay. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add one card from your graveyard to your hand that has a coin tossing effect. You can only use one Arcana spread effect per turn, and only once that turn. Oh, that kind of sucks. A little bit. Okay, so my main question is how do you get access to Light Barrier? What? This doesn't search it, right? It said monsters. And this doesn't add it necessarily consistently either, because you have to flip a coin. It, just like what? Well, new cards are new cards, I suppose, at the very least. Not really sure what they're expecting us to do with the cards in the new selection, but alright, cool, I guess. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I guess the line for the Gladiator Beast is specifically to go into Darius, and then Darius goes into, is it this one? The end of the battle phase, special summon to, no. Doesn't one of these guys like just cheat out a gladiator beast somehow? Shuffling the above cards. So you need Beast Star E plus something else. Then target two cards. Nope, not this one. I swear one of these guys cheats out gladiator beast monsters, right? This one. Two level 5 or higher gladiator beast monsters. No idea how you get this guy out onto the field, honestly. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.